The prototype survived a train crash, engineered the Hour of Joy, and manipulated an entire factory full of monsters. But there was one monster he refused to fight directly, and her name was Mommy Long Legs. Let's be clear about what the prototype actually is. This is not some mindless monster stumbling around the factory. This is a calculated, patient intelligence. He spent years impersonating a child's voice so perfectly that even Poppy, a doll who had known Ollie personally, never questioned it.
Ollie, something's gone horribly wrong. The safe haven...
Shelf ventilation block B6. Is this where you are, Poppy?
What?
Stay where you are.
And listen closely. You're not going to run.
He orchestrated an entire massacre and let the experiments do the messy work while he stayed clean. So when a creature like that decides he needs the player, a single human with a grab pack, to deal with Mommy Long Legs before he steps in, you have to ask yourself why. Mommy's file says she could stretch any limb several hundred feet. Her fingers, her arms, her neck, her hair, we saw it ourselves. During hide and seek, she came at us from multiple directions at the same time, nearly cutting off every escape route simultaneously. The prototype is fast, but Mommy does not need to be fast when she can simply reach. You cannot outrun someone whose arm is already around the corner waiting for you. And her history is not subtle. Before the factory was even shut down, she had already killed a larger experiment that was built specifically to assist her. She killed 3 employees and injured 8 more before staff could get any kind of consistent control over her. Her mental state was deteriorating from the moment she was forced into that bigger body, and by the time we meet her in Chapter 2, she is a single bad moment away from completely losing it. The prototype knew all of this. Here is what makes this interesting. The prototype's mimicry, his single most reliable manipulation tool, would have had limited effect on Mommy. Almost every voice he uses belongs to adult playtime employees. Those voices mean nothing to her anymore. As for Ollie, Mommy would have known that no current orphan by that name existed in the factory. The trick that worked on Poppy and Doey would not have worked here. So what does he do instead? He sends us in. Now stop. Because this is where the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Huggy Wuggy, the very first monster you face. The prototype did not fight him directly. He sent Huggy after us instead, Catnap. Chapter 3. The prototype did not drag us to the House of Joy himself. He let Catnap herd us there with red smoke, controlling our movements from a distance. Doey. Chapter 4. The prototype needed our help to take him down too, hiding behind Ollie's voice to manipulate the pieces into place before ever showing himself. And now Mommy Long Legs. Every single time, same move, different monster. Prototype finds the most dangerous experiment standing between him and his goal, and instead of facing them directly, he puts us in the room and watches what happens. This is not desperation. This is strategy. He has been doing this from the moment we arrived. We were never escaping Playtime Co. We were never the hero of this story. We were a tool. A very specific, very useful tool that the prototype has been sharpening since Chapter 1. We trigger Mommy's instincts, her need to chase and control and perform. We play her game. Her own game in the game station, and we are the ones who push her directly into the grinder she eventually falls into. The prototype does not have to expose himself, does not have to risk getting cornered or stretched to pieces or surrounded from 8 directions at once. He simply waits. There is also the theory, and this does feel like a theory worth raising, that the prototype was never entirely certain he could win that fight directly. Mommy's physical flexibility gave her options that most experiments simply do not have. She could retreat instantly by stretching to ceiling level. She could attack from distances that even the prototype speed might not close in time. She could, in theory, avoid him indefinitely if she chose to. But she could not avoid us, because we were bait she could not ignore. Every experiment the prototype has collected has made him more complete. Mommy's stretching ability alone would have been an extraordinary addition. Whether that was part of his plan for her, we still do not know for certain. What we do know is this. The most dangerous thing in that factory looked at Mommy Long Legs and decided the safest move was to find someone else to deal with her first. That should tell you exactly how dangerous she actually was. But here is the part that keeps me up at night. If the prototype needed us to handle Mommy, what else in that factory is he too afraid to face alone? And what happens when we are no longer useful enough to do it for him? But what do you think? Could the prototype have taken Mommy down on his own, or was using us the only real option he had? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know.